There is no time but now. There have been moments when everything in my life made perfect sense. I knew exactly who I was. The people around me were there for a reason. That reason was love. In those moments, I had no enemies. But these perfect moments slip away. You can't hold on to them. We all want to. This hunger drives our spiritual search. Buddhism offers mindfulness exercises to catch these moments. But there's a catch. To be aware, you must notice when you're not aware. That's the tricky part. Someone explained it to me this way. It's like being happy. When you're happy, you just are. You don't think about it. But the moment you say, "I'm happy," it starts to fade. Mindfulness means catching the present moment without words or thought. Easy to describe, hard to do. The key is understanding time. Is each moment fleeting or eternal? Most of us believe time flies. It passes too quickly, but in the mindful state, time doesn't really pass. There's only one instant renewing itself endlessly. Past, present, and future are just mental boxes. We use them to control our reality. By saying time flies, we keep reality at arm's length. Many books tell us to live in the present moment. There's good reason for this. The mind's burdens come from the past. Memory itself weighs nothing. The now is actually the disappearance of time as a burden. When that burden lifts, you're free. You're no longer weighed down by past or future. You've found the mindful state. What makes time a burden is ourselves. We've convinced ourselves that experience builds over time. Listen to these familiar phrases. I'm older. I know better. I've been around the block. Listen to the voice of experience. These make a virtue of just hanging around. We all know the truth. Carrying a heavy suitcase of time makes people gray. Living in the present means dropping that suitcase. But how? In one reality, the only time is now. The trick is living now as forever. Think about a river. Time is like that river, deep and broad. The surface current is fast and restless. Most people live there. Their version of now is whatever must be done right now. Time equals action. When they exhaust themselves, they try to slow down, but it's harder than expected. Life brings new problems, obsessions, circular thinking, racing depression. These are disorders of time. Tagore wrote, "We're too poor to be late. We race through life frantically." But here's what you find at the finish line. You discover you always had time. You always had eternity. Our minds struggle to adjust when we're conditioned to misuse time. An obsessive person panics by the clock. There's barely enough time for anything. Psychologists have discovered something interesting. Low self-esteem triggers hundreds of negative words per hour. Words like lazy, stupid, worthless, failure. They repeat endlessly, seeking relief, but finding none. Circular thinking is related but involves more steps. The logic traps people. Someone feels unlovable. No matter how much love they receive, it doesn't penetrate. Inside they're saying, I want love, but I can't feel it. That must mean I'm unlovable. This drives people who never feel successful enough, never safe enough, never wanted enough. Here's the paradox of now. The faster you run in place, the further from now you get. Racing depression shows this clearly. Depressed people feel frozen in time, yet their minds race with shredded thoughts and emotions. Mental flurry disconnected from action. When these problems aren't present, the mind slows by diving deeper. People seeking solitude find calm where external demands are fewer. The mind naturally stops reacting. This is like escaping the shallow waves. You find depths where currents slow. The present becomes a lazy, circular eddy. Thoughts move but don't push you forward. Some people enjoy stillness more than activity. They dive as deep as possible. They find where the water stops running. A point so still the surface can't touch it. Having found this stable center, they experience themselves fully, the outside world minimally. We've all experienced different versions of the present moment, from exhausting race to motionless calm. But what about this now, right before you? In one reality, this now has no duration. Fast and slow don't apply. The present moment includes faster than fastest and slower than slowest. Only when you include the whole river are you living in one reality. Then you're living in awareness that's ever fresh and changeless. How do you get there? Think about relationships. When you meet your best friend, what happens? Your talk is full of old, familiar things. That feels reassuring. But you also want something new. Otherwise, the relationship becomes static and boring. You know each other well. Yet you aren't totally predictable to one another. 10 years from now, everything could be different. One of you might be gone. This intersection of new and old defines all relationships, including your relationship with time, including your relationship with the universe, including your relationship with yourself. Ultimately, you're having only a single relationship. As you evolve, the universe evolves. The intersection of the two is time. The path of knowledge has the flavor of mystery. You sense life's inexplicability. The path of devotion has the flavor of love. You experience sweetness in everything. The path of action has the flavor of strength. You experience power in everything. The path of meditation has the flavor of silence. You experience peace in everything. When time is innocent, all four flavors are present. When time is a burden, they are absent. Now let me ask you something. Can you find yourself in this moment? Not the self you were yesterday. Not the self you'll be tomorrow. Can you find the self that exists only now? Here are 3 simple truths about that self. First, the past and future exist only in imagination. Everything you did has no reality now. Everything you will do has no reality now. Only this moment is real. Second, the body you once called yourself isn't who you are anymore. The mind you once called yourself isn't who you are anymore. You step out of them easily, without effort. Both are temporary patterns. The universe took them for an instant before moving on. Third, your actual self manifests as thoughts, emotions, and sensations, passing across awareness. You recognize them as the meeting point between change and timelessness. You see yourself as exactly that. When you find yourself in the present moment, there's nothing to do. The river of time is allowed to flow. You experience the eddies and currents. You experience them in a new context, innocence. The present moment is naturally innocent. The now doesn't go anywhere. How can this be true when evolution unfolds through time? That's the mystery. We grow and yet life remains eternal at the core. Imagine a universe expanding through infinite dimensions at infinite speed, creating everywhere at once. To go along for the ride, we need do nothing. We remain absolutely still. Now, how should you use time? The best use of time reconnects you to your being. The misuse moves you away. There's always enough time to evolve. You and the universe unfold together. Considered how you relate to time. Do you believe you're pressed for time? Never enough hours in the day? Do you work hard for everything? Is that your road to success? Or do you consider yourself lucky? Do things sometimes fall into place? Do you find time for yourself? Are you okay if wishes don't come true? Or do you believe the universe brings what you need? Does every thought bring response? When you don't get what you want, do you look within? Do you work on inner awareness? These represent 3 stages of personal evolution. Most people fall into one category. Many find it hard to believe there's any reality beyond hard work and determination. But once you glimpse that wishes can come true without struggle, something shifts. You can resolve to move to a new stage of growth. Growth happens through awareness. You can change your relationship to time today. Here's how. Let time unfold for you. Remember, there's always enough time. Follow your own rhythm. Don't misuse time through procrastination and delay. Don't fear what time brings in the future. Don't regret what time brought in the past. Stop racing against the clock. Try one of these resolves today. See how it changes your reality. Time isn't demanding, though we act like the clock rules our existence. Wow. Time is meant to unfold according to your needs and wants. It will start to do that when you give up one belief, the belief that time is in charge. The truth? You are in charge of time. Time serves you, not the other way around. When you drop the suitcase of past and future, you discover something remarkable. This moment, right now, contains everything you need. It always has. It always will. There is no time but now, and now is eternal.